Hi everyone, Jaffe here, and welcome back to Around the World in Many Days. Our protagonist Gladys is making her way around the world, and we are solving puzzles trying to figure out where she is. Today's episode is number 10, and it's titled Behind Great Walls. As always, let's start by looking at the message from Gladys, explaining the rules of the puzzle and where she might be this time. So, dear puzzling, this is a word search puzzle with a wildcard character. There are 8 unique letters in the grid: A, B, E, F, I, L, S, and T, and the question mark can stand for any letter except for those 8. Find the 8 clued words in the first grid and write them into the second grid, keeping question marks as is. So as we see, we have a word search grid here, which I also have in the top corner, and then there's a second grid here, and we have some clues, 8 clues at the bottom. The second grid forms a sudoku with an anti-king move rule. That is, fill the grid with the characters A, B, E, F, I, L, S, T, and question mark, so that each row, column, and 3x3 box contains each character exactly once. Two cells containing an edge, two cells sharing an edge or a corner cannot contain the same character. Each dotted line contains the answer to the clue with the number marked, starting from the numbered cell onwards. This means some words are spelled bottom up in the grid. The final answer is spelled out in a straight line. The placement of the words in the first grid point out which way to look. So let's see. We have numbers here, so the clues go on these dotted lines here, and they can go backwards, like the 7 goes up and not down. Okay, and let's continue here. Today I have explored the streets, markets, and even rooftops of a walled old town of a major city. Can you guess where I am? Love, Gladys. Okay, so 2 puzzles this time. We're going to need to solve this word search, find words to add into the second grid, and then solve the Sudoku from there. So only one place to start really, which is the word search, because we're going to need those words in the second puzzle. But I'm going to open the editable Sudoku grid at this point. It's here, and I'm going to be inputting the words as we find them. Uh, Actually, no, I'm not, because we need to look at the clues as well. Sorry about that. I'm going back. So yeah, okay, we'll find the words and then we'll come back to this editable grid because we actually have to look at the clues. Not quite thinking it through there. Let's see. So here we have the clues, and obviously these are the links to the editable grids which I have open. So let's look at clue number 1, consumes. And these are not cryptic clues. Obviously, one word is not going to be a cryptic clue, right? So these are normal. Find a synonym. Normal clues find a synonym for the word consumes, and it's 4 letters. Well, if you eat something, you consume it, right? So eats is a synonym for consumes, and now we need to find it in the word search. And remember, these question marks cannot stand for for example, this letter E here. They can only stand for letters that do not appear as themselves in the grid. So each would be E, A, T, and S. That would be spelled out entirely without these question marks. Now, word search are a pretty easy puzzle type. There are word searches for children, but let's do this in a sort of uh, systematic way. So maybe start with looking at E's. So EA, this one doesn't have an A that it could go with. EA, here we have eat, but that doesn't go all the way. EA and 2 question marks, but remember these can't be T and S because T and S are in the grid. What about E here? EA, but that's not a T. EA, but that's not a T. EAT, but that's not an S. This E, EA, that's not a T. This E, Again, not this way, not this way. What about this E? EA, but that's not a T. And I missed it immediately. EA, that's not it. Oh, let's do it again. EA, not there. EA is not there. EA is not there. This E is not there. Oh, okay, we looked at this direction, but we didn't look there. So EATS, this is it. Eats is found there. And we can insert that as number 1. So in the Sudoku grid, we can put EATS here, and this is in this direction because number 1 is here. Okay, then number 2 is destiny, and destiny made out of these letters would be 4 letters would be fate. So we have F, A, T, and E. So that's also spelled out in its entirety. Let's look at F's then. F, A, we don't have an A here. F, we don't have an A around it. F, A, neither of these spells out fate. So let's continue. F, A, but no T. F, no A. F, A, T, E. Here we find it. So F, A, T, E, fate is destiny. And write that down in here as well. And obviously, the upside of filling this in, if you don't know some of these words, if you're unsure what it could be, like I'm sure some of these can have multiple synonyms, you can rule out some words. Like for example, this could not start with E, A, T, or S because there's those letters are already on this row in the Sudoku. But let's continue. A thing, 4 letters would be an item. An item is a thing. So let's look at ITE, and we don't have an M in the grid, so M would be this question mark. So let's look at eyes. This doesn't have a T around it. This only has this T here, but that can't continue. This one has a T, but there's no question mark there. This I, no T. This I has a T, E, and then the question mark for the M. So this is going to be the item, and we can insert that into the Sudoku. And remember, we have to use this question mark in the Sudoku as well. So number 3 would be item with the question mark as the M. Then we need number 4 is rascal. And the 4-letter word for rascal is brat. And we don't have an R in the grid, so B, A, and T are in the grid. But R is going to be the question mark here. And if we start with this B, we immediately see B question mark AT, and that's going to be our brat here. So typing that into the Sudoku grid, number 4. And 4 is at the bottom here, so we are going to have to write this upwards. So B question mark AT. And you also see, by the way, if you pick the wrong word, you also see when it doesn't fit here that something's wrong. So that's another reason to sort of type these in while we find them. Produces foliage. Foliage. So foliage is leaves, and if something produces foliage, it leaves or leaves. It's 2 ways to write that, but with the F is 5 letters. So that's why it's not just foliage, which would be leaves with a V. But that would be 6 letters. So let's see, leaves. We have L, E, A, F, and S. So it's going to be spelled out in its entirety here. So start with else. There's an L, EA, but that doesn't continue far enough. We have an L here, EA, but this I breaks it. No E around this L. LE, but that runs into the wrong letter. LEAFS. So this is going to be our leaves here, spelled out bottom up here. So we are inputting that at number 5. Here we already had the E here. LEAFS. Now we already see number 6 starts with an F, by the way. So number 6, a prime number, 4 letters. Well, there's a number with 4 letters that starts with an F, which is 4, but that's not prime. So 5 is going to be the number, which is prime. So we have Fi and E, and V is going to need a question mark here. So let's start with F's. F, there's no I around this one. Fi, that's not a V. Fi, that could be a V, that's a question mark, and E. So 5 is spelled out here with the question mark standing for the V. So at 6 we input that with the question mark as the V. So Fi question mark E is our 5 here. Now then we have 2 clues to go. Stop. To stop is to halt. And now we have A, L, and T, but we don't have the H. So that's going to be a question mark. So we're going to start at a question mark. Question mark ATL, that's all. Oops, sorry. That's almost right, but these are in the wrong order, obviously. Question mark A, that's not an L. Let's continue. This question mark doesn't have an A. This one has AL, but not a T, so that's not it. Question mark A, that's not an L. Question mark A, that's not an L, because L can't be the question mark. What about this question mark? AL, but that's too short. Question mark A, that's not an L. Question mark, no A around this one. Question mark A, that's not an L. And this is too short, and this is too short. Question mark, no A around this one. Question mark, ALT, finally here it is. So this question mark starts the word halt. And one more clue to go, which is very tired. And so very tired. If you're very tired, you beat. That's 4 letters, and we have all those B-E-A-T. We have all those letters in the grid. So let's see. B. There's no E around this. B-E-A-T. So it's going to be here. Beat. And we know it's correct because it says we're correct. So beat was there. And we input that into the Sudoku as well. We didn't input 7. What was 7? 5? No, 5 we did. Halt we didn't input. So H is going to be the question mark. A, L, and T. And then this 8, also bottom up, is going to be the beat now. So B-E-A-T. So okay, so now let's look at the Sudoku then. So remember, this was an anti-king move Sudoku, and what that mean is in chess, a king can move to any. If you have a king here, it can move to any of these 8 squares. And an anti-king Sudoku is means that you cannot have the same character a king's move away. So for example, if you have an eye here, you can't put an eye in any of the surrounding squares here. Obviously, these would be ruled out anyway, and this would be ruled out by normal Sudoku rules, but this, and this are the extra places where an eye cannot be. in an anti-king sudoku. So let's look at places where that are very restricted in this grid. So for example, we have this row here, and we need ABE, LTS, F question mark. Just check what we need. ABE, FI, LST and question mark. So I was there as well. And this is missing an I, and it's missing a B. Well, if we put an I here, that is a king's move away from this I. So that can't be the I. That must be the B. And this must be the I. And now that looks like we have this row already done. What about this column? It is only missing 3 characters. Question mark is missing, and remember we have, you see we have a question mark here, so these can't be question marks, so it must be here. And then what are we missing? A, we're missing B and L here. Well, B is here, so it can't be there, so B is here and L is here. Now we need, where should we go next? Let's see, what about this box here? This middle box, this is missing a question mark, which can't be in either of these, so only one place for the question mark to go. And then we are missing, what are we missing? L and S. Well, L is on this on this row, so this must be the L and this is the S. Now then, this box, only missing I and, is it F? I and F. I is on this row, so that's the I and that's the F. Now, both of these rows have 3 missing, so let's see. This one is missing question mark A and E, I want to say. Well, E can't be here and E can't be here because of these 2 E's, so E must be here. And then the A can't be here because there's already an A in this column, so A is here and question mark is here. Now then, what about these? So we're missing B, F, and S. B can't be here, but I don't think we know anything about F and S here. No, we don't. Let's look at something else then. What about this box here? Do we know enough about this? So it's missing F, S, A, and T. A and T can't be here, so these are going to be the A and the T, and the A can't be here, so A actually only has one place to go, and the T must be here because this blocks these 2. And what did we say? F and S can be either way here. Now, what about question marks in this first box? Question marks can't be on this row, can't be on this row, so it's one of these, and this already blocks it from here. In fact, we wouldn't even need this question mark because this blocks this row, and this question mark, king's move blocks these, and then the column blocks this. So question mark has to be here, which means the question mark in this box is going to be one of these 3, but this question mark is too close. It's a king's move away from these 2, so the only place for it to be, I guess another way to look at it was to see that there's another question mark that blocks this. Either way, this is the only place for the question mark. Now let's look at A's in this box. We have an A here that blocks this, and we have an A here that blocks these. So A only can go here. Then we need, what else do we need? What about this column? Only 3 missing here. So we need E, L, and S. And E and S can't be here, so L is the only one that can go there. And E and S are in some order here, but we don't know. We don't know which is which. Now, should we pencil mark those? I say yes. So let's look at the pencil marking. So these are the L and, what did I say? S and E. So mark those as the possibilities here. Now then, what about these two? We now know these, and they are, we need a B in this box, and we need an I as well. B and I are here. Pencil mark those as well. And we need a B and I in this row as well. So this is B and I, but B or I, but it can't be B because there's a B here in the column. So in fact, we know that this is now I, which means makes this a B and this is an I. And now we know the I in this box as well, because it can't be here and it can't be here because of this I. So I goes here. And in this box as well, we know the I, because this blocks all of these, and then there's a I on this row here. So this is the I. Now, do we know the I in this box? It's not on this row or this row because of this. So one of these, it can't be here because of this I, and it can't be here because of this I. So this is the only place an I can go. Okay, now on this bottom row, we have 3 missing. So we need an F, S, and T, I want to say. Yes. So F and S are both ruled out from here. That's the T then. And F and S go into these two. But we don't know which order, so I'm going to use the pencil mark again. F and S go here. Then what about... Do we know anything more about these 3 now? Now we need B, F, and S. B, F, S. So that can't be B, but that's about it. Right? Okay, we don't know enough about those. What about, well, these 2? So we need F and S here. I can pencil mark those, but we don't know which order they go in. What about then? What should we look at next? How about this column here? So in this column, we need, so the letters were A, B, E, F, I, L, S, T, and question mark. So we need A, E, and L, right? A, E, L. That can't be A. That can't be A. So A, the only option for A is here. And that should be normal. And then, what did I say? L? Did I say S? S is here. A, B, E. We need E. No, wait a minute. We need an E, right? And E can be here and can be here. And we need an L. And L can be here and it can be here. Okay, so E and L. Maybe I said the wrong thing. If I did, sorry. Sometimes I look back at these videos and I say the completely wrong thing, even though I'm thinking the right thing. And it's just the way it is. But yeah, E, A, and L were the letters we were looking for here. And A couldn't be in either of these, so these are E and L, and A must be here because that's the only place an A can be in this column. So, okay, how about this column? This is only needing 3 as well. So A is there, we need B, E, and F. So B, E, F. B, E can't be here, so this must be the F, and that helps us. So not B, not E, this is F, and these are B, E. Do we not know it? Yeah, I don't think we know. We have to pencil mark this B and E. Breaking and entering, B and E are here, but Yeah, I don't think we know the order here. But this F does help us because rules out the F from here. So this is S and this is F. Now, does this F do anything with these? F can still be one of these. And we needed BF and is it S? BFS. So B is ruled out from this. F is ruled out from this. But this can still be anything. So not solved yet. This is going to be B, E, or L because those are the letters we need for these three. Can't be an E. Can't be a B. So that is the L. So that's the L, and this L is ruled out. So that's only an E now, which means makes this a B, makes this an E, and this an L. And this E also rules E out from this cell. So this is now S, this is E. And this Fs is also solved because of this F here. This F rules out F from this. So this is S and this is F. And now there's only one letter missing from this row, and it's going to be A, B, E, F, I, L, S, T is missing here. And from this it's missing F, I, L, S. L, S is missing here. So L can't be here because of this L. So L and then S missing here. Now I think maybe we can do this. So again, we're missing B, F, and S. B, F, S. This can't be S. This can't be B. This can't be F. Still can't do it. Maybe we can just pencil mark the options here, but that's BFS. So this is BF. This is FS, and this is BS. So still not solved, I don't think. Maybe I'm missing something, but we're going to need this box to disambiguate these. This should be doable. There are only two spots on this column here, or this box. You can look at it either way. Either way, we need B and F. So B and F can be either way. B, F, and B, F. And this row also needs a B and an F. But the B can't be here. So in fact, that can only be F, which means this is B, which means this is F. Now let's look at, okay, this F helps us now. This is now S, and the S helps us. So this is B, and this is F. And now all of these columns are only missing one letter. So let's see. A, B, E, F, I, L, S is missing. A, B, E, F, I, L is missing. And A, B is missing, right? Now that is correct, but doesn't say it's correct. Let's see, did I do something wrong? No, I think this is the finished grid. For some reason it's not giving the message, but maybe it doesn't like the question mark, so maybe I have a pencil mark left somewhere. But this is the finished grid. Okay, what do we do with this finished Sudoku grid then? Let's go back to the description. So what did Gladys say about the final answer? So the final answer is spelled out in a straight line. The placement of the words in the first grid points out which way to look. Well, if you squint a little and look at this, the placement of these words, this sort of makes an arrow. These lines, if you use your imagination, if you extend these a little bit, these would make an arrow, right? So that points up and to the right. So let's look at the solved grid again. Up and to the right. So if we look at this diagonal here, that would spell out F-E-S, E-L-B-A-L-I. Fessel barley. And that just happens to be a place. And that is our final answer. So let's look at what on earth Fesselbali is. So I have the article here. I have to move this a little bit. So this is the old town of the city of Fez in Morocco, sort of walled city. And it is a World Heritage Site, and that is where Gladys is now. So we are in North Africa. We've come a long way, and we are currently in Morocco, in Fez. Let's look at the map to see where exactly we are. So the map is here. Zoom out a little bit. So we started in Ethiopia again. We made a little tour here in the islands, then went through here. Then we were in Elmina, Ghana. We were in Timbuktu last time, and now we are in Fez, Morocco. So that's the current state of our trip here so far. Now, this was now episode 9, and episode 10 is going to be a cryptic crossword. It's going to be called multi-dimensional travel, and it's a sort of three-dimensional cryptic crossword. That is going to come up next, and for this one, thanks for watching.